Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. Leading the charge will be their quarterback. Always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now it's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Let's go.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I'll be get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. On 1st down, here's Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. Into the Redskins. Have it, they do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
8 yards there and a first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The numbers for Green in last week's ball game. 6 catches, 94 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 44 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, He's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll give Henry another shot. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal for Bridgewater. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And as things start to come into focus here in the final weekend, their future still up in the air. Currently in possession of the 5 spot, but could fall entirely out of the postseason if this final day doesn't go their way.
Well, we're looking forward to the playoffs because, fortunately enough, we're going to be there to call some of these games. But when you're sitting where they are right now, the playoffs start with this game. They can't wait till next week and say, well, let's see if we're... No, they have to win this one to ensure that they're going to go. So their playoff run actually begins a week early.
By the way, I got my assignment for the playoffs. They have me doing every game.
I like that.
Are you there, too?
I like that. I just hope I'm with you.
I hope so as well. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now it's Breida. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Watson. He's got Fuller. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Running from the gun with Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's a look at the starters defensively for Washington. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement do you need to see this week, Coach? And boy, he got fired up, didn't he? Takeaways. We need turnovers. You got to create them. Got so animated, jumped up in our meeting. It was fun to watch.
Somehow I always upset a coordinator in those meetings. Yeah. But they like you. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he finds Cook. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 17-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Crunch time, defense. Kill.
From the red zone now, Watson. It's complete. Stills. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Matt Breida with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. These two teams all tied after one.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Ready! Take the outlaw! Here we go! Tight right! Even.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Saquon Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. It's complete to Diggs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
Everyone, you got four down.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A.J. Green, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Extra point attempt to come here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Hey, tight. Check 15.
They run with Breida. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
He's brought down by Ryan Shazier.
Four down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
From just shy of midfield, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Watson on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater, and Diggs has it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Come on.
A first down carry for Barkley. Spins by. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw on 2nd and 6. Bridgewater. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 35. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Marquise Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Watson on 3rd down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. And Stills bringing it in. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Again, it's Watson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. They'll set up the screen to Howard. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jared Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. Able to spin free. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
The protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater goes underneath for Henry. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our halftime report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's Teddy Bridgewater with a standout first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard, but they're contributing in a big way. You see him throwing touchdown passes, watching this video here. It's got to be a fun time for him and a relaxed time because nothing is pressing.
Relaxed, cool, calm, collective, all those things describing him right now. Play action now. Bridgewater. He's got Green. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On first down, Barkley. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. From the 45 on second down, Bridgewater over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. From the 35 on second down, Bridgewater. Green brings it in. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Bridgewater. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert it? And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room.
And down about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Here's Breida. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And he finds Stills, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 16.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Here we go, D. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down, check. 4 down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try to run with Breida, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. But he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little. They bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way, too, because I've got to kick coverage in his direction.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Check four.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. The Redskins send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. To his own 18. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Out of the gun, Watson, and brought in by the tight end Cook. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the gun on third, Watson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. On first and 10, Watson looking middle, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Faking the give, now Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 19. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Watson in the offense going to come up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Watson. Looking sideline, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Find him, go.
This is Breida. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd
They run again with Breida. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This one from 35 yards away. And Bailey able to knock it through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
Now, there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Preston Smith there on the stop. They'll run it again with Barkley. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Bridgewater. He's got his man here. It's Green. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Henry.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he's able to find Diggs. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. And caught by Henry. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down.
First down, Washington.
Check right 54. Right 54. And we got to get to the ball.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's Ryan Ramczyk, the former first-round pick. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Check to the 9. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Trey Flowers has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. This will be caught by Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it was polished off by a Redskin touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against?
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask gets him a free 15 to start the drive. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this is Cook with the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Now a first down throw, Watson. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 24-yard line.
Michael Stipp.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Watson gets this one to Morris. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He's got it. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Bailey got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Bridgewater. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Bridgewater. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Washington, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, despite the loss here, they're going to wind up with a very good 11-5 overall mark. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.